Hello, one and all. This is my reaction review and cut content discussion of Dr. Stone New World Part 2, Episode 10. And as you can probably tell, this is not my usual recording space, but I'm home for the holidays, and I'm making do. Apologies, I know this isn't quite as good as it normally is, but I'll try and make it work. Anyway, though, last week's episode ended with, a whole bunch of stuff. Jinro now has a fully loyal servant in the form of Matsukaze, one of the coolest characters in this series. They got another communication from the Y-Man to try to kill all of them, and then Senku proudly announced that he is going to the moon in the Stone Age. So yeah, that's gonna be fun. That seems like something that should be fully possible to make do with their Stone Age technology. Oh, I love it. Though also, I'm a little curious about what's gonna happen next because... technically, they could end things with this episode fairly easily. This is chapter 140. If they cover chapter 140 and 141, that's it. That's a perfectly good stopping point for the series. But the fact that we still have another episode after this makes me think that we're going to see a whole bunch of anime original content in this episode or next episode. I'm not sure which, but I'm super excited to see. So let's get started in 3, 2, 1. Yes, Jen, you're right to be surprised, because that is an utterly and completely insane thing to say. Oh, I love Suika, seriously. She hears they're going to the moon, and she's just so freaking excited for it. Adorable. Oh god, that's adorable. I love her. That's actually really well done, saying, we take things one step at a time, while actually showing Senku's steps moving forward. That is a great bit of filmography right there. Love it! Even Nikki is sweating bullets here. Oh, I love that girl. And once more, I know I say this every episode, but they go so far to get these shots exactly right, exactly how they are in the manga. This is Kohaku's pose. This is one for one how Kohaku was posed in the manga, with the moon behind her. Seriously. Again, go back, read the manga, rewatch the first 2 seasons. You will see there is an insane number of shots with the moon right in the background, looking down at them. It is so well done. Yeah, Ryo, we desire even the stars in the sky. That sounds like him. Taiju's not wrong. Senku has in fact built a rocket before, so he can probably build a bigger one. He's gonna need to wake up a lot of other people to help him with it, but it is technically not impossible. And here we go, basically a scavenger hunt around the world to get all the resources they need to actually build a rocket. This is the next stage of the Kingdom of Science. Episode 10, Treasure Island. Huzzah! Yeah, there's a, fairly extensive process that needs to happen right now because literally the entire island was turned to stone and every last person needs to be found, and if they fell and broke apart, those parts need to be found as well. So, yeah, this is gonna take a while. This is gonna take a really freaking long time. Also, every single person that gets revived needs to, hear the speech, turns out people can actually get revived from stone. Also, Ibarra was evil. Also, Ibarra killed the previous master, and his new son came here and saved us all. Huzzah! And of course, Jinro, goes out of his way to unpetrify the pretty girls, so that he can get credit for being the one that discovered the unpetrification process. Seriously, Matsukaze, you can do so much better than Jinro. Also, you, unnamed girl, you can do so much better than Jinro. I don't know what your story is, but I can promise you that you can do better than him. Run, seriously, run now. Oh, I love that. Absolutely love that. As you know, that's basically a mini Suika. I mean, she's stepped up. She's now the older kid helping the younger kids. That's so adorable. Okay, that's something, a lot of people have been wondering for, in the last episode, a lot of people were wondering, hey, if there's so many Medusas that rain down from the sky, why isn't Senku off, scouring the woods trying to find one? Turns out they already did that a long time ago, and they made sure to destroy every last single one of them. Though his words here are interesting, as he says, except the one that villain possessed. Here, that seems to be implying he's talking about Ibarra, but in the manga he says, all except the one held by the brigands, which I assume back then meant the bandits that went after him and his master. And I also assume that by that logic, it meant that Soyuz and his father were descendants of those very bandits who, murdered all of Matsukaze's friends and family. So I don't know what to think anymore. Very curious. Yeah, Soyuz, little bum, because turns out his father is basically the only person on the entire island who can't actually be revived. Though, actually, I'm thinking about it. Also, old people, like people who were petrified decades, centuries ago, can also be revived as long as they can find all the pieces. Unfortunately, though, his father, his face was badly damaged, then weathered, and I think Ibarra actually stole some of the pieces and hid them across the island just to make sure this man could never come back. He was certainly clever, I'll give him that. Seriously, Jinro, you've got a really impressive bodyguard right now. Try to be worthy of him, try not to be just so utterly pathetic. I love it. I absolutely love this shot in the anime and the manga, as it's basically just the entire village recognizing Soyuz as the true master of the island. He certainly looks like his father, so if they say that, if Senku's team says that Soyuz is the son of the previous chief, everyone's gonna agree, everyone's gonna listen, and everyone is gonna treat his word as complete and absolute law. Huzzah! Even this dude right here, he's kind of a jerk, but even he is loyal to the master above all else. Yeah, I think Senku knows exactly how that is, because let's not forget that he actually went to his own father's grave not too long ago and couldn't actually talk to him, even if the body was, technically still there. And Kohaku knows him well enough to tell that, he's feeling very emotional about this. Love that girl. Okay, this is new. This definitely wasn't in the manga. Very curious. Yeah, this is all new, but yeah, it does still follow with what happens in the manga. It just kind of went without saying that the treasure island, would be part of the Kingdom of Science, so Senku going out of his way to officially establish it is interesting. So basically, Senku's gonna turn this entire island into a sweatshop. Neat! Oh, even Suika's terrified of Senku. Love her. Hey, this is nice. Really gives Soyuz a chance to officially, take the reins, to willingly take the reins and rule the island. In fact, this entire thing could actually be considered mentalism, because Senku officially announced it in front of everyone, instead of just, asking Soyuz if he wanted the job. Instead, he just, kind of put it out there like, ooh, who can we get to rule this island? And Soyuz pop up like, hey, I'm your guy. Beautiful, absolutely beautiful. And that's the radio antenna that's going to actually let the Kingdom of Science communicate with Treasure Island. Because, I mean, let's not forget, it is very hard to get a signal all the way from one to the other. But this way they can communicate back and forth without any problems. And of course, Katsuki and Suika are so excited to be part of this. Okay. Yeah, go. Again, this is all anime original, and he is immediately putting everyone to work. And are they gonna listen to him? I hope so. Oh, okay, they are. They're just fully building a satellite antenna, a radio antenna, just because this dude told them to. Oh, and Taiju is so strong. Love it. Oh, and Suka's leading the children. Oh, that is precious right there. Seriously, she's really taking a leadership role in this new anime original stuff, and I really like it. What the freak is that? Again, all anime original. Was not expecting any of this. Good lord. So confused. Is he actually going to make fireworks for the people of the island? That seems like where he's going right now. And connecting it back to the first thing that Chrome showed, his own science, his own sorcery. Oh, that is cool. Love it. Like I said, all anime original, but this really is doing a great job of tying everything together in a great way. What the freak, Francois? Oh, love this person. Okay, so Francois wasn't even given any orders, but immediately knows what they need to do. That's fantastic. Oh, she is so nervous. Seriously, this girl is freaking adorable, and I love her. Oh, she's actually blushing right now. Oh, amazing. I mean, seriously, this is like the first science they're introduced to. Of course, they're wowed. Let's not forget, back in Kingdom of Science, the first thing Senku showed Ishigami Village was, here are soap bubbles, and that just fully blew everyone's mind. Now he has like full radio antennas, and he can communicate across vast distances. That is way more impressive. And cotton candy. They already have cotton candy and ramen. Yeah, they've already won the hearts and minds of every last villager, even without the fireworks. Oh, okay. Seriously, Suika is just stepping up so much this episode. I can't believe it. As she has now cured this girl's fuzzy eye disease. Seriously, clearly the people who make this anime realize that we love this girl and they are giving her so much spotlight, and I'm so happy about that. Another change, interesting. In the manga, this happened like literally as they were all packing up to leave instead of, in the middle of a giant anime original party. Yes, this man with no understanding of chemistry whatsoever has memorized the process to make Ravel fluid and can now make as much as he needs to revive everyone on the island. Seriously impressive. Honestly, I always thought there's a little something between her and Soyuz. I mean, she literally flirted with him as soon as she met him, because she's like, oh, you look like the... Actually, that's another weird thing. She's like, you look like the master, but how would she even know what the master looked like? Whatever, anyway. And yes, now Kirasami has joined the Kingdom of Science and is going to be one of their frontline fighters. Oh, I love this. I mean, she's certainly a powerful warrior, probably on the level of Kohaku, so yeah, having her join the team is a great decision. Oh god, no. Jinro, you're awful. Even in the anime original stuff, you're completely and utterly awful. Oh, God, I hate this man so much. Matsukaze, you can do so much better. Seriously, serve Suika. Be Suika's bodyguard. That would be adorable. What's that old Japanese movie where the samurai is accompanied by a little girl who keeps helping him along? Sparrow and something. That's something I would love to see. Not, this super loyal dude serving the worst possible person in the world. Oh, that sounds so absolutely threatening. I mean, seriously, I've said this before. Every main character in this series feels like a villain of a different series. Oh, of course Kasuke would be excited to be part of this. Holy mother of God above. This isn't just a... I love how you had to hide behind the barrier. This isn't just a firework. This is an entire firework array. I count like 100 fireworks here. That is an insane amount of work for Senku to finish in the last, week or so. Even with Kasuke helping him. That is beautiful, though. I mean, I'm not particularly fond of fireworks, but if I was a Stone Age person seeing them for the first time, I would absolutely and completely lose my mind. Yeah, seriously, oh god, this dude's covering his ears. This person's protecting his child, thinking that they're about to be murdered. They are utterly terrified. And, a little bit mystified as well. Yeah, even the people from the Kingdom of Science are like, oh, this is new. We didn't have this back in Ishigami Village. Really? You didn't think you'd see fireworks again? You thought with a man who's planning on going to the freaking goddamn moon, he wouldn't eventually figure out a way to make fireworks? Come on, you are seriously underestimating Senku right here. Oh god, seriously. Not only is this a way to win over the hearts and minds of the people, but it's also a way for Senku to essentially allow Soyuz to grieve the loss of his father, to say goodbye to him. It's so freaking good. How is this anime original? Seriously. Honestly, this just has me so hopeful for the rest of the series. I mean, there is a lot that happens after this, and I know a lot of fans were kind of annoyed when they read the manga, like, this is going too fast, they're rushing, they aren't taking enough time to deal with all these insane things. But now I really do feel like if the anime goes that far, if we actually do get that much of the series, we will see more content. We will see a lot of this stuff get fleshed out, and I'm so hopeful, I'm so optimistic. Huzzah! Seriously, you didn't just create fireworks, you created emoji fireworks in the Stone Age in a week. Oh, that is so absolutely above and beyond, and I love it. Oh, no, okay, so this wasn't actually in the modern day. This wasn't actually in the Stone Day. This was actually in the modern day. And seriously, my man Bakuya, you went above and beyond next level for these festivals. Seriously, man, I love it. And Senku just so analytical. He's such a buzzkill, and I love it. Oh, these two are absolutely adorable together. Seriously, can we just get a whole spin-off that is just these two hanging out? That'd be amazing. Again, how is this anime original? It is so freaking good. It just ties up everything so well. Okay, now we're back on the manga stuff. This is actually stuff that happened in the manga, which, for the entirety of this season wasn't something I really needed to clarify because it's all basically from the manga, except this episode. This is seriously the most anime original episode we've ever gotten of this series. Love this girl's acrobatics. When she literally just, climbed 50 feet in the air with 3 jumps. I mean, yeah, this has basically been the major, theme of this entire series. Science is pushing forward. That one invention to the next invention to the next invention, always leaving things for those who come after you to build. And that is basically what Byakuya and the others did. They left behind an entire village, entire island of people who were here and willing to help out Senku, to help him reach his goals, to help him actually get to the freaking goddamn moon. I mean, that is just so beautiful, and I love it. I mean, as corny as it sounds, the real treasure is the friends they made along the way. Oh my god, I can't believe I just said that, but yeah, it actually is true here. If, for the record, this is the point where we should have gotten all the conversations we had back on the beach. Soyuz saying he'd be the leader, Kirasami saying that she'd follow Senku and the others, Matsukaze agreeing to serve Jinro. All of these scenes should be happening right now, but they happened earlier. Very interesting. Oh, they were actually crying. Seriously, even this dude right here seems pretty upset about this. I love it. Yeah, alright, now they have to build a freaking lunar rocket, which, yeah, that sounds easy. I'm sure they'll manage that somehow. Oh god, he is so excited, seriously. I mean, really think about it. This giant luxury cruiser he's built right now is, by and large, the greatest thing he's ever invented. It goes beyond his wildest dreams. And now Senku told him, by the way, we're going to make something bigger than this, which is going to fly to the moon. Of course he's excited. I mean, a hot air balloon isn't a necessarily bad idea. There are hot air balloons that can actually get you pretty close to the, outside our atmosphere, but they're not going to get you all the way to the moon. Yeah. No duh. Of course Ryu would end up being the pilot. Yeah, really? I mean, Senku should have just said himself, but he just said, we're gonna need the best scientist. Of course it's gonna be you, man. Don't be so humble. Or, I'm not even sure that's humble, that's just him being kind of a jerk. Oh, combat on the moon. Fighting moon men, fighting killer robots, fighting mutants, fighting the survivors of the 3rd generation of space travelers. Yeah, they're gonna need a pretty strong fighter to face off against whatever the freak is waiting for them up there. Honestly, I would really like that. A giant martial arts tournament with all the fighters they've, gathered in the entire series, all battling one another for supremacy. I mean, I'm pretty sure I know who would win, but still, that'd be a lot of fun to actually see happen. Oh, poor Mira. Seriously, they couldn't have made a easier method for her to go visit her brother than climbing a giant rope up and down a cliff? Yes, Mira, your worries are over. The Kingdom of Science has returned. Senku has returned with the very device he needs to save your brother's life. Also, interesting detail, Mira's like, I think 10 or 11, but because she was in a coma for like 3 years, mentally she's basically a 6-year-old. Which is very, very sad. But she's happy right now, so I'm happy. Oh, sweet little Chalk. And of course, our reporter is the first one to notice, wait a minute, something's different about them. It almost seems like their crack scars have been healed, meaning they've been petrified, meaning they got the freaking goddamn Medusa. Yes, in the span of several weeks, they've managed to already find the source of the petrification, a process they thought would have taken, years and years and years. The Dr. Stone med kit. Love it. I mean, seriously, just look at that thing. It is so futuristic. It is so sci-fi. I love it. Yes, little Mira, your big brother can be saved. I mean, you're saying finally, but it's literally been, like 1 month, maybe 2 months since you last saw him, since he was petrified, or since he was frozen, and they all set off on a, globe-trotting adventure? I'd say that's pretty fast. Also, do love just Chalk licking her in the background. Such a cute detail. Suika-sa, it's his time to rise once again. Alright, let's see. Next week, Beyond the New World, which does make sense. I mean, they said this episode, now they've conquered Treasure Island, they need to go above and beyond to the rest of the world. The giant scavenger hunt to find all the resources they need. And, okay, for those wondering, this was chapter 140, and just the start, just the first few pages of chapter 141. So, yeah, this is, like I said, this is the most anime original episode I think we've ever gotten of this series, and it just went so well. They gave each character their own little moment. They really just connected the loss of Soyuz's father to Senku's loss of his own father. The fireworks were fantastic, and just, seriously, they just did so much here that I was not expecting. I figured we'd get some anime original stuff, but not this much. Holy mother of God above, I loved it. I absolutely freaking loved it. Anyway, though, big highlights. We got the fireworks. We got Soyuz saying he's going to be the leader of his own island. We had Suika being just absolutely adorable and really shining this episode. We had Jinro being just so absolutely awful, and he's only getting worse. And then finally, we had them go back home. We had them go back to the Kingdom of Science, Ishigami Village, and reveal they have the device. They can now wake up Tsukasa, their greatest ally, who has only tried to kill Senku like 2 or 3 times. Oh, that's gonna be fun. I cannot wait to see him get revived. But please let me know what you think down below. What you think of the anime original content, what you think of this episode as a whole, and what you think is gonna happen on the final episode of the season. I believe it's final episode. I think we're only getting 11 episodes a season, and if we do you think we're going to get a 3rd season down the road? Because, oh, I so hope we are. The next arc is honestly really fantastic, and it ends with one of my favorite scenes in this entire freaking series. Seriously, it's a scene that I have often said could be a movie in and of itself, and I would watch it over and over and over again. But let me know what you think down below, and until next time, peace!